Today, natural rubber. Yesterday class will be first one plastics, resins and plastics, two types of plastics. First is the thermoplastics, second one is the thermosetting plastics and properties, etc. Another one is some Teflon, backlight, etc. Yesterday class will be completed. Today, I am Ramurthy from DBS IT Chemistry Department. Today we will be explaining the natural rubber. The polymer, subject of polymer, the natural rubber. The main sources of natural rubber is the species of rubber trees. Natural rubber is the polymer of isoprenes. Isoprene, just like say 4 carbons contain of any compound, is called isoprenes. Just like as a 1,2-butadiene. 1,2-butadiene is isoprene. CH2 double bond C, CH3, single bond CH double bond CH2. That is a 1,2-butadiene. That 1,2-butadiene is polymerization to form a polyisoprene. That is CH2 single bond CH, CH3 double bond CH and CH2 taken N. That is the polyisoprene. Polyisoprene. The process of natural rubber, preparation of process of natural rubber. The milk of rubber trees is called a latex. It is colloidal emulsion containing about of 25 to 40% of rubber. The latex is collected by the cutting the bark of rubber trees. The latex is diluted with water and filtrated off to dust particles, present dust particles. The latex then coagulated by the addition of acetic acid or formic acid. The coagulated rubber hydrocarbons is called a crude rubber. Then rolled out into the sheets to the crude rubber. A small crude rubber, this is called a crude rubber. A small amount of sodium bisulfate is added to the bleach the color and passes into roller which produce a 1 mm or more mm thickness of sheets resembling crepe paper and dried in the air about 40 to 60%. That is called a crepe rubber. Once again, the crude rubber, a small amount of sodium bisulfate is added to bleach the color and process into rollers which produce 1 mm or more mm thickness sheets resembling crepe paper and dried in air about 40 to 60 degrees centigrade. That is called a crepe rubber. Next, smoked rubber. The crepe rubber sheets are placed into the smoke room, maintain a temperature 40 to 50 degrees centigrade for 4 days. The dried rubber sheets are called a smoked rubber. The dried rubber sheets are called a smoked rubber. Once again, the smoked rubber. The crepe rubber sheets are placed into the smoke rooms, maintaining temperature 40 to 50 degrees centigrade for 4 days. The dried rubber sheets are called smoked rubber. Crude rubber, next one is a crude rubber obtained from the latex. Confirm this following drawbacks also. So many drawbacks of crude rubber. First one is a becomes soft on high temperature and it is brittle in low temperature. That is one drawback. Another drawback, it shows large water absorption capacity. Large water absorption capacity is a crude rubber nature, but it is not utilizing of purified rubber. Since the third one, it shows is a little durability. It shows a high elasticity and it attack easily by oxidant agents. And another one is it possesses low tensile strength. Next subheading is vulcanization. Listening my words, my students? Yes. Vulcanization is a very important question of vulcanization. Vulcanization, the drawback of raw rubber can be rectified by the vulcanization process. The vulcanization process was discovered by Charles Good in the year 1839, and the process by which sulfur is added to raw rubber at 110 to 140 degrees temperature to improve the quality of rubber is called vulcanization. The definition of vulcanization again, the process by which sulfur is added to raw rubber at 110 to 140 degrees centigrade temperature to remove the quality, not remove, to improve the quality of rubber is called a vulcanization. Once again the definition, the process by which sulfur is added to raw rubber at 110 to 140 degrees centigrade temperature to improve the quality of rubber is called vulcanization. And the added sulfur combine the chemical at the double bonds of the rubber chains and cross-linked of the linear polymer chains is resulting in a three-dimensional network polymers. Stiffness of vulcanization rubber depends on the amount of addition sulfur. And for example, a flexible tire rubber contain 3 to 5% of sulfur. The hard rubber contain above 32% of sulfur. That is the difference between more. If a flexible example, a flexible tire rubber contain a 3 to 5% of sulfur, but hard rubber contain above 32% of sulfur. So this is isoprenes, 1,3-butadiene isoprenes, CH2 single bond C single bond CH3 double bond CH and CH2, and two unvulcanized rubber is the addition of sulfur to form a vulcanized rubber. The two double bonds deviation is attached by the sulfur atoms, that is the vulcanized rubber. So advantages of vulcanized rubber. One is the vulcanized rubber has a good tensile strength at low water absorption capacity, high resistance, high stiffness, strength techniques, good durability, good resistance to change in temperature also, good resistance to swelling, inorganic solvents also. Once again the vulcanization process. The drawback of raw rubber can be verified or rectified by the vulcanization process. The vulcanization process was discovered by the Charles Good is the year in 1839. Definition of vulcanization: the process by which sulfur is added to the raw rubber at 110 degrees centigrade to 140 degrees centigrade temperature to improve the quality of rubber is called vulcanization. So the added sulfur combines chemically at the double bonds of the rubber chains and cross link of the linear polymer chain, resulting on a three-dimensional network structure. Next, stiffness of the vulcanized rubber depends upon the amount of sulfur added. So example, a flexible tire rubber contain 3 to 5% of sulfur. Hard rubber contains above 32% of sulfur. So that is the advantages of vulcanized rubber. The vulcanized rubber has a good tensile strength, high resistance, high stiffness, strength techniques, good durability, good resistance of changes of temperature also, good resistance to swelling, inorganic solvents. That is the core of vulcanization process. And next, synthetic rubbers or elastomers is very important questions. Last year asked to Buona S rubber also. Is listening my words of students? Yes? Understood of lesson? Yes. Okay. So synthetic rubber or elastomers, one by one, is a Buona S rubber. Synthetic rubber is one of the Bona S rubber or styrene rubber preparation. It is prepared by the copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and styrene. So 1,3-butadiene formula CH2 double bond CH single bond CH double bond CH2 plus styrene. Styrene means C6H5 CH2 double bond CH, that is the styrene. Combination to form Bona S rubber or styrene rubber. Preparation of Bona S rubber. Once again, it is prepared by the copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and styrene to form butadiene rubber or styrene rubber. Properties. They possess high absorption resistance and high loaded bearing capacity. They possess high absorption resistance and high loaded bearing capacity. It is easily oxidates in presence of ozone atmosphere. It swells oils and solvents. It can be vulcanized in the same way as the natural rubber. And next, uses. It is mainly used for manufacture of tiles. Is very important uses. It is mainly used for manufacture of tiles. It is also used for floor tiles, shoes, gaskets, wires and cable resistance and tank linings, etc., etc. That is the most important uses. Once again the properties to possess high absorption resistance and high loaded bearing capacity. It easily oxidation in presence of ozone atmosphere. It swells oils and solvents. It can be vulcanized in the way of natural rubber. Uses. It is mainly used for manufacture of tiles. It is also used for floor tiles, socks, gaskets, wires and cable insulators and tank linings, etc., etc. So that is the Bona S rubber or styrene rubber. Bona S rubber properties, preparation, properties, uses. That is over. Next, another one. Bona N rubber. Bona N rubber or nitrile rubber. Bona N rubber or nitrile rubber. That is very important. It is prepared by the copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile. Once again the preparation. It is prepared by the copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile. For example, 1,3-butadiene, number of 1,3-butadiene monomers combination of acrylonitrile. That formula CH2 double bond CH single bond CH double bond CH2 plus NCH2 double bond CHCN. That is the acrylonitrile to form nitrile rubber or Bona N rubber. That is the into N. And properties. It can be vulcanized in the same way of natural rubber. Properties 1. It can be vulcanized in the same way of the natural rubber. This property is also same to Bona S rubber. Yes, it is also same property at Bona S rubber also. It has a good oil resistance, heat resistance and absorption resistance. It is attacked by alkalis due to presence of cyano groups. It is attacked by alkalis due to presence of cyano group. Cyano group ఉండడం వలన ఈ ఆల్కలీస్ అటాక్ చేసేదానికి అవకాశం ఉంది నాన్న. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ యూజెస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ మేకింగ్ ఎయిర్క్రాఫ్ట్ కాంపోనెంట్స్, కన్వే బెల్ట్స్, ట్యాంక్స్ లైనింగ్స్, gaskets, paintings or painting rollers and automobile parts, etc., etc. Once again, it is used for making aircraft components, conveyor belts, tank linings, gaskets, painting rollers అండ్ ఆటోమొబైల్ పార్ట్స్. పెయింటింగ్ రోలర్స్, వాళ్ళకు పెయింట్ వేస్తే రోలర్స్ చేస్తుంటారు, వాటిని పెయింటింగ్ రోలర్స్ అని అంటాను. నెక్స్ట్, that is the main important. So that is preparation of Bona S rubber and preparation of Bona N rubber. Bona N rubber it is prepared by the copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile. That is once the properties. It can be vulcanized in the same way as natural rubber. It has a good oil resistance, heat resistance and absorption resistance. It is attacked by the alkalis due to presence of cyanogroove and uses. It is caused for making, or it is used for making aircraft components, conveyor belts, tank linings, gaskets, printing rollers and automobiles, etc., etc. So next one, polyurethane rubber. Next one is the important polyurethane rubber. It is obtained by the copolymerization of polyalcohol with diisocyanate. So polyurethane rubber, it is obtained by the copolymerization of polyalcohol with diisocyanates. So that is the preparation. Children, is an ethylene example. Ethylene glycol is react with or polymerization of ethylene diisocyanate to form polyurethane rubber. For example, ethylene glycol is polymerization of ethylene diisocyanate to form polyurethane rubber. Yes. Next one, properties. They are highly resistant to organic solvents but easily attached by alkali and acids. They also, second property, they also show good resistance of oxidation because OH saturation characters. And third one, they forms a light, tough and resistant to heat, waters in chemical and absorptions. The resistance of absorption resistance and heat resistance, etc., etc. And uses. They are used for surface heatings, manufacture of foams and tights, fibers, etc., etc. They are used from surface of coatings. చూడండి, దే ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ సర్ఫేస్ కోటింగ్స్. ఎనీ ప్లేట్ విల్ బి కోటెడ్ బై ది polyurethane rubber. They are used for surface coating, manufacture of foams and fiber and plastics, etc., etc. That is the polyurethane rubber. So preparation of polyurethane rubber, properties of polyurethane rubber and uses of polyurethane rubber. Next one, conducting polymers is very important question of conducting polymers. Conducting polymers is a very important question, number of times given the main examination also. Yes, so conducting polymers are conductors. Definition of conducting polymers, very important, 2 marks definition. An organic polymers with a highly delocalized pi electron system having electric conductancy on per it with metallic conductors is called conducting polymers. Is called conducting polymers. Once again the definition. In organic polymers with highly delocalized the pi electron system having electric conductancy on per it with metallic conductors is called conducting polymers. Once again the conducting polymers. An organic polymer with highly delocalized pi electron system having electric conductancy on par with metallic conductors is called a conducting polymers. For example, examples: polyacetylene, polythiophene, polyphenylene and polyaniline. That is the very important conducting polymers. First ones, polyacetylene and polythiophene, polyphenylene and polyaniline. That is the example. This chemical structures. Polyacetylene. See that of same polyacetylene. That is the polyacetylene. And polythiophene. The thiophene means sulfur. The removal of the oxygen atom by adding of sulfur. That is thiophene. And polyphenylene. Polyphenylene means polyphenylene. Benzene attached to benzene. That is the polyphenylene. Polyaniline. NH2 group added to the benzene, that is the polyaniline. See that of structures. One is the polyacetylene, polythiophene, polyphenylene, polyaniline. These are the example structures of conducting polymers. And same classification of conducting polymers. Classification of conducting polymers. Different types of classifications. One is the pi electron conducting polymers, conducting element filled polymers, doped conducting polymers, blended conducting polymers, and inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. That's 5 types. Classification of conducting polymers. Conducting polymers classified into 5 types, which are: one is the pi electron conducting polymers, second one conducting element filled polymers, third one doped conducting polymers, fourth one blended conducting polymers, and fifth one inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. First one, 5 electron conducting polymers. The polymer's O's backbone is made of molecules that contain conjugated pi electrons, which extended the entire polymer and made of conducting. Once again, the polymer O's backbone is made of molecules that contain conjugated pi electrons, which extended the entire polymer and made its conductivity, is called pi electron conducting polymers. And second one conducting element filled polymers. This type of polymer act as binders, that is, which binds the conducting elements such as metallic oxides, metallic fibers, and carbon black, etc., etc. There is conducting element filled polymers. Once again, this type of polymers act as binder, that is, which bind the conducting elements such as metallic oxides, metallic fibers, and carbon black. That is called a conducting element filled polymers. And third one, doped conducting polymers. It is obtained by the express of polymers to charge transfer agent in gas or solution phase. It is called doped conducting polymers. It is obtained by the expressing a polymer to a charge transfer agent in gas or solution phase. That is called a doped conducting polymers. Doped conducting polymers is a creative charges that charge transfer to agent or gas, etc. That is the doped conducting polymers. Fourth one, blended conducting polymers. It is made by blending a conventional polymers with a conducting polymers. Once again, it is made by blending conventional polymers with conducting polymers. That is called a blended conducting polymers. And fifth one, last one, inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. It is a charge transfer complex containing polymers obtained by the combining a metal atom with polydentate ligand. That is called inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. Once again, it is a charge transfer complex containing polymer obtained by the containing a metal atom with polydental ligands. That is called inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. There is a conducting polymers classified into 5 types. One is the pi electron conducting polymers, conducting elemental field polymers, doped conducting polymers, blended conducting polymers, and last one inorganic or coordination conducting polymers. That is over. Next one, synthetic or preparation of conducting polymers. Synthetic or preparation of conducting polymers. The conducting polymer like polyacetylene and polyaniline can be synthesized by the doping process. The conducting polymers like polyacetylene and polyaniline can be synthesized by the doping process. Doping process is very important process for conducting polymers. Doping is classified into 2 types. One p-doping and another one is a n-doping. P-doping means positive doping and the second n means negative doping. Once again, the conducting polymers like polyacetylene and polyaniline can be synthesized by the doping process. Doping is classified into 2 types, p-doping and n-doping. P-doping means positive doping, n means negative doping. That is the important. And p-doping, first one is the p-doping. Creating a positive charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain is called p-doping. Is called p-doping. And second one, n-doping. What is meant by the n-doping? Creating a negative charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain is called n-doping. Process of p-doping. Classified into 2 types of dopings. One is the p-doping and another one is n-doping. What is meant by the p-doping? Creating a positive charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain is called a p-doping. And another one, n-doping, means creating a negative charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain is called n-doping. First, process of p-doping. Another example, process of b-doping. In the process conducting polymers, an conjugated pi electron conducting polymers is treated with Lewis acid. Thereby, oxidation takes place, conducting a positive charge sits on the backbone of the polymer, which are current carriers for conducting. Same of the general p-dopants are iodine, bromine, ASF3 and etc. etc. For example, once again the process of p-doping. In the process of conducting polymers, conjugated pi electron conducting polymers is treated with Lewis acid. Thereby, oxidation takes place, creating a positive charge sits on the backbone of the polymer, which are current carriers for conduction. Some of the general p-dopants are iodine, bromine, arsenic fluorides, etc. etc. For example, polyacetylene. So, C2H2 taken N plus is Lewis acids FeCl3 and formation of C2H2 taken N plus ions, ethylene ions and ferric chloride FeCl4 minus ions plus FeCl2. And at the same time, iodine is the one of Lewis or p-dopants. C2H2 taken N plus 3I2 gives C2H2 taken N plus ions I3 ions. At the same time, polyaniline. Same, isn't it? See that figure. Polyaniline. Polyaniline means NH2 group. So polyaniline and partially oxidation to form a base form of the polyaniline. See that of figures. Once the equation, see that the equation, first one is the polyaniline and partially oxidation to form dilute HCl oxidation to conducting polymer. First one is non-conducting polymers and treated with positive charges to base form of the polyaniline and to form a conducting polymers. See that కండక్టింగ్ ఆ బ్రాకెట్స్లో ఉన్నాయి చూడండి నాన్న, ఆ డబుల్ బాండ్ డీవియేషన్ అయ్యి దాని ప్లేస్లో NH గ్రూప్ అనేది యాడ్ కావటం జరుగుతుంది. దాన్ని కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్స్. అయాన్స్, పాజిటివ్ అయాన్స్ అనేవి నైట్రోజన్ మీద పాజిటివ్, నైట్రోజన్ మీద పాజిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ అనేది యాడ్ కావటం వల్ల అది కండక్టింగ్ పాలిమర్గా చేంజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? ఓకే. ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ డోపింగ్. సేమ్ పీ డోపింగ్ ఇస్ ఓవర్. ఎన్ డోపింగ్. Process of N doping. In this process, conducting polymers are treated with Lewis base. Thereby, reduction takes place, creating negative charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain, which are responsibility for the conduction. Once again, the process. In this process, conducting polymers are treated with Lewis base. Thereby reduction takes place, creating positive is a negative charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain, which are responsible for the conduction. Same of all general N dopants: lithium, sodium, calcium, naphthalene, camphor, etc. That is the once again the N doping. In this process, conducting polymers are treated with the Lewis base. Thereby, reduction takes place, creating positive charge sits on the backbone of the polymer chain, which are responsibility for the conduction. Same of the general N dopants are lithium, sodium, calcium, naphthalene, camphor, etc. And for example, polyacetylene. You see that of equation. CH double bond CH, single bond CH, double bond CH, and etc. plus basic Lewis base, and CH double bond CH, single bond CH, double bond CH, and B. The base, add the base negative charge on the carbon. So that is the same equation. Naphthyl aniline. So this is the also cyano group. And another third one example, CH double bond CH, single bond CH, double bond CH, and C plus lithium. CH double bond CH and CH plus double bond CH and lithium minus. So negative charge on the carbon and lithium positive charge. So that is the formation of conductancy of polymers. So that is over. So conducting polymers. Once again the conducting polymers. Conducting polymers definition, examples, structures, and synthesis. Synthesis means doping process. Doping is classified into two types. One is P-doping and N-doping. Process, P-doping process and N-doping process. And next, it is used in solar cells. Uses. Conducting polymers uses. First use, it is used in solar cells. It is used in telecommunication system. It is used in solar cells. It is used in telecommunication system. It is used in non-linear optical systems or materials. So it is used in a electrode material for commercial batteries. It is used in electrical materials for commercial batteries. It is used in thin film membrane for gas separation. So thin film membrane for gas separation, and it is used in a computer systems devices లో కానీ లేదా కంప్యూటర్ ప్యానల్లో కానీ దేంట్లైనా కూడా దీన్ని యూజ్ చేయటం జరుగుతుంది నాన్న. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ యూజ్ ఇన్ కంప్యూటర్ సిస్టమ్ ఆల్సో. ఇన్ ఎయిర్ క్రాఫ్ట్ అండ్ ఎయిర్ స్పేస్ కాంపోనెంట్స్, ఎయిర్ క్రాఫ్ట్ సిస్టంలో కానీ ఎయిర్ ఫేస్ కాంపోనెంట్స్లో కానీ దీన్ని యూజ్ చేయటం జరుగుతుంది. ఇన్ ఫ్యూయల్ ఆయిల్స్ అండ్ ది catalyst or manufacture of the batteries also. So once again the uses of conducting polymers. It is used in solar systems or solar cells, telecommunication systems, non-linear optical materials, in electrode materials, for commercial batteries, and in thin films membranes for gases, separation of membranes, and computer systems. It is used for the computer system totally. Panel board and devices etc. are using by the conducting polymers. It is used aircraft and airspace components. Fuel oils are the electric catalytic materials. So that is the ore of conducting polymers. Last one is polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride is a PVC preparation. Polyvinyl chloride preparation. Vinyl chloride is used in monomer for the manufacture of polyvinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride is prepared by the acetylene react with HCl at 110 to 150 degrees centigrade in the presence of metal catalyst. For example, CH triple bond CH plus HCl gives CH2 double bond CHCl. That is the vinyl chloride. PVC is prepared by the polymerization of vinyl chloride in the presence of benzyl peroxide or hydrogen peroxide used of under pressure. Once again the preparation. PVC is prepared by the polymerization of vinyl chloride in the presence of benzyl peroxide or hydrogen peroxide under pressure also. So CH2 double bond CHCl is polymerization to form polyvinyl chloride. CH single bond CHCl in taken N, that is the polyvinyl chloride. And properties of polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride is a colorless and odorless powder. It is non-flammable and chemical inertness. Non-flammable అంటే మండే స్వభావం కాదు. It is not flammable and chemical inertness. Is a chemical inertness, not reactivity, is inertness. And third one, it is soluble in chloride hydrocarbons like ethyl chlorides. It is soluble in only chloride hydrocarbons, just like as an ethyl chloride. And fourth one, it is high resistance like inorganic acids and alkalis. There is the properties. Once again the properties. Is PVC is colorless and odorless powder. Second one, it is non-flammable and chemical inertness. And it is soluble in chloride hydrocarbons like ethyl chloride. It is high resistance like inorganic acids and alkalis. And uses, last one uses. Plasticizer uses. PVC are used for making tablecloths, raincoats, coating for articles, wires, gaskets, toilet articles, radio and TV cabins, etc. And non-plasticizer PVC is used for making refrigerators components, cycles and motor vehicle mudguards and pipes, etc. Today will be more useful pipes, PVC pipes, polyvinyl chloride pipes are using of construction of buildings and bridges, etc. are using by the PVC pipes. Is the last one, polysulfide rubber. This is the thiol rubber. Is very important for marks question, Nana. Is a polysulfide rubber or thiol rubber preparation. Thiol is prepared by the condensation polymerization between sodium polysulfide and is the 1,2-dibromoethane. 1,2-dichloroethane, not bromo. Chloro is best. 1,2-dichloroethane. That is the equation. First one is Polymerization between sodium polysulfide and 1,2-dichloroethane. So 1,2-dichloroethane, that is the sodium polysulfide, thiocol, to form a thiocol rubber. Sodium polysulfide formula Na bond, sulfur bond, Na. That is the sodium polysulfide to form thiocol rubber. Properties. It is a resistance. Once again, it is resistance to mineralize oxygen, ozone and sunlight, etc. It is not formed hard rubber because it cannot be vulcanized. That is important. It is not form hard rubber because it cannot be vulcanized. So it has poor absorption resistance. So once again, the polysulfide rubber. So preparation. Thiocol rubber is prepared by condensation polymerization between sodium polysulfide and 1,2-dichloroethane is formed by the thiocol rubber. Properties. It is resistance to mineralized oxygen, ozone and sunlight. It is not form hard rubber because it cannot be vulcanized. It has poor absorption resistance. That is it. So today I will be explaining the first one is natural rubber, process of natural rubber, and natural rubber classification. One is a crude rubber, creeper rubber, smoked rubber, and another one is conducting polymers. Elastomers. The beginning elastomers. Elastomers is a synthetic rubber or elastomers. Bona N rubber, Bona S rubber, and polyurethane rubber, and conducting polymers. Classification of conducting polymers, and another one is conducting polymers uses. Next one is polysulfide rubber. Preparation, properties and usage. This is the over to polymer unit. Today we will complete it of third unit of polymers and second sem of EC students. Over.